Hello and welcome back to Detroit as we make our push for the playoffs. We are about exactly 1 month away. We are at March 12th. Playoffs start right around April 12th or 14th in this game, I believe. Let's take a look at the key dates. So, yeah, April 12th, playoff rosters are finalized. April 14th, playoffs begin. So, we are pretty much a month away. We are square in the middle of the standings for the play-in tournament in the Eastern Conference, sitting in the 7th spot, 7th spot. We are 3.5 games back of Philly, so we probably aren't catching them. It looks like we'll be doing battle with the Brooklyn Nets in the first round of that play-in tournament, so that's a very interesting opponent, with the Wizards and the Celtics clawing their way to the 9th and 10th spot. Although Orlando and Toronto are right there in striking distance. So this play-in tournament's got about 6 different teams we could see for those 4 spots, but it looks like we have a date with the Nets coming. But we are a month away, and if we remember at the end of last episode, our big man Isaiah Stewart suffered a bruised calf and will be out for about 2.5 weeks. That's a big blow. So now we have to turn to second round rookie Landry Miller, who is really just a defensive specialist, as well as second year big man out of Texas, Kai Jones, who we just acquired right before the trade deadline. So before this episode, I went through and tinkered with the depth chart. We're still going to go really small with Cade Cunningham at the power forward, leaving our wings intact and Killian Hayes starting at point guard. And we were deciding between Kai Jones and Landry Miller at the center position who starts. And I was really tempted to go Landry Miller in hopes that his usage would stay low, allowing our three wings to really shoot the ball, Killian Hayes to distribute, and Miller just rebound and defend. But in the end, I decided to go with Kai Jones as the starter. He's going to see 32 minutes a night, with Landry Miller playing about 20 off the bench, which means Robert Covington is going to get thrusted into a sixth-man role, playing both small forward and many, many more power forward minutes than we expected, which is fine. Again, he's a very good defender, solid rebounder, so here's to hoping that we can kind of tread water until Stewart gets back. So I actually thought about really getting crazy with this, because we are small. Kai Jones can spread the floor. We currently play a pace and space offense, and there was part of me that really wanted to just dive in head first and go 7 seconds, which means this is basically the Steve Nash Phoenix Suns offense, where we play as fast as possible. We shoot a lot of threes, and we drive and pass. So we're either looking for layups and threes. And the more I think about this, I think this is what we're going to do. You know what? Midstream, I didn't think I was going to do this. I thought the decision was made. But the more I look at this, the more I think this is where I want to be. Now, what kind of worries me about this is this pick and roll usage. Killian Hayes is our starting point guard. Ricky Rubio is the backup point guard, with Cade Cunningham playing about 8 minutes of point guard minutes total. Now, if Cade were our primary ball handler at point guard, this pick and roll wouldn't scare me nearly as much because he's an absolute stud. But it will be interesting to see how this affects Killian Hayes' usage as a point guard. I hope that this doesn't force him into too much of a responsibility of getting players involved. But we'll see. You know what? We're just going to go with it. We've got a month to go before the playoffs. We have 19 days before Stewart comes back. Oh, and a couple other things on the strategy. While I was looking at some stats, we have a few instructions that we put in. So Cade Cunningham, I noticed that he was struggling shooting in the mid-range, but his three-point shooting looked really good. His interior scoring was pretty good, but mid-range was struggling. And we do want to get some more ball movement on our team, so we're instructing him to drive and pass more, and then shoot off the dribble a little bit less. Zach LaVine, again, I want him to catch and shoot more. He's an absolute sniper, and will drive and pass less. And there was one other. I think it was nope, not Simons. Oh, Kai Jones. Yes. So he had a decent percentage of shoot off the dribble. I think it was at 2%. Again, he either going to spot up for a three above the break, or he's going to post up. I don't want him doing anything off the dribble unless he's getting all the way to the rim. So I don't want any of these pull-ups. So I want to get that out of his game and have him post up a little bit more. So just three instructions we put in. Hopefully they take before we head to the playoffs. But with that said, let's see if we can sim through 19 days and try to get Isaiah Stewart back into our lineup. So let's see how this goes. We're playing 7 seconds. We're playing super fast. Hopefully we can just start to light the world on fire offensively. So first 2 days go by with no games, and there we are, our first one on the. So 15-point win against Sacramento, but we do have a team incident that we're not stopping for. Wow, another win over Charlotte. Again, two pretty bad teams. We lose to Indiana. Okay, not a bad little stretch there. So let's see what's happening here. Saban Lee and Isaiah Livers, pretty much two guys that we can get rid of, no problem. Sadiq Bey's hot streak. Let's praise him. He's very even keeled. Okay. So did we just get 19 days? No, no way. My mistake. I simmed to the 19th. So we got 12 more days ahead. But let's take a look at how we played. So against Indiana, we did lose. 35 three-pointers is a lot. I love it. Just looks like we didn't get any stops that we needed here. Malcolm Brogdon. Come on, man. Oh, there it is. Look at Zach LaVine having a horrible day shooting, as well as Cade Cunningham. So when our two best scorers are that off, they combine for 10 of 34 shooting, 5 of 18 from 3. That's recipe for disaster. But let's take a look at one of our wins. So we beat up on Charlotte. LaMelo Ball 15, 9, and 10. Interesting. Nobody else really worth talking about. But who played well for again? Wow, Cade struggling. Maybe this isn't the offense for him. Sadiq Bey letting it fly 10 times from deep. There it is. You know, Zach LaVine 35. Landry Miller with 19 and 10. Well, this might be it. Look at. So, what was the score at halftime? 52 to 44. And then we blew them out in the third. So it looks like our bench got a lot of burn in the fourth quarter. Landry Miller lit them up 19 and 10. Yowzer. Simons with 11. So not bad. All right, so mixed results. Mixed results. Let's check back again. So we got 12 days before Big Stu is back. Let's sim 12 days, if at all possible, to make this happen. Lose to the Suns. Oh boy, lost to the Magic. Now we're 3 games under 500. It's going to be interesting to see where we are in the standings after we sim through this. We beat up on the lowly Rockets. Drop one to the Clips. It would be nice if we could string a few wins in a row together. It's always like 1-1, 2 wins and a loss. Here we go. Beat the Warriors, beat the Lakers. We're 1 game under 500. And we have an injury to take care of. I hate the Lakers, so let's take a look back at that game. Wow, we throttled them by 22. Cade 17 and 12, 3 assists. His assists are down this year by almost a whole assist. But I think that has to do with him playing off the ball a lot more than he's used to. Let's see. Kai Jones playing well as a starter, but man, those shooting percentages are brutal. Game logs. Let's take a look at the last few as a starter. Yeah, he is struggling. So, oh, and he's got a strained knee. He's out anyway. So there it is. Wow, we are small. What on the other side? Who played well? Man, they're starting Cousins. Russell Westbrook. LeBron James. No Anthony Davis? I wonder if he's all bang. What is this? View game chart. Oh, win percentage stuff. Okay, well, let's take a look. So Big Stu still out for one more day. Kai Jones is out for 3. I was actually gonna remove Kai Jones and let Landry Miller play. So does that mean we have a game this day? Is that why they stopped us? Yeah, we got the Sixers. We're one game under 500. Alright, let's do this. This could be a huge mistake. But we're going to let the big man roll. Can you go the full 48? You might have a heart attack by the end of this game. He'll be tasked with defending Karl Anthony Towns after Philadelphia moved off of Joel Embiid for the young big man. All right, let's see what happens. Landry Miller, can you shut him down? Yes. We are back to 500. Let's see how we looked, how we fared. Did he shut down Cat? Yeah, 6 for 16. 16 points, 14 boards. I'd say that's a win. How did he play? Why are we shooting so much, big guy? 6 points, 14 rebounds, and stealing 3 blocks. If you would stop shooting, that would be tremendous. Plus 28. Yeah, buddy. Cade, 15 and 16. 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block. I love you, Cade Cunningham. Zach LaVine has been on fire. He drops 38 on Philly. Take a look at this game log. Points. 38, 17. Yeah, okay, maybe he had a few quiet games in there, but we love having him in the lineup. Covington struggling with his jumper right now. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. How about just stop shooting? Wouldn't that be cool? Alright, well, that means that Isaiah Stewart is back. Let's go into our depth chart. Let us bring him back. Slide him out. So we got 2 days. 2 days. So am I gonna... Do we have a game in these next 2 days? 1. And of course we do. So just fix the depth chart now. Let's give Stewart a bunch of minutes. .34 and 14 there. I need to get 2 more power forward minutes. That's all right. They'll figure it out. Let the CPU decide. So sim through this one. And now who do we have on this game? We got the Wiz against the #1 draft pick. Oh God, that hurts. Lance Flick suffered an injury. I wonder if he even played. He just got hurt. You're not even in the depth chart. Maybe he got in because it was a blowout. Largest lead, yeah. The Wiz were up 22 at some point. Jesus. Beal lit us up. Cade struggled. Sadiq Bey. He is not trigger shy in this one. Yeah, Lance Flick did play. Alright, so back to the depth chart. And actually, I did want to change the strategy back. Now that Stewart is back, I don't want to run that 7 seconds. We need him in the post. He's been actually playing really well. Let's check the inbox and then we'll come back. Zach LaVine, he's been great. Offer praise. Sure thing. Alright, so I don't care about Lance Flick. So I think what we can do is restore our lineup. This should bring us back to that lineup that we did spend some time tweaking. Here we go. We got the squad back. Go back into our strategy. I'm going to go back to pace and space. We are 38 39. 77 games in. We've got 5 left. We're 1 under 500. Where are we in the standings? So we have now fallen to the 8th spot, while Brooklyn is tied with Philly for that 7. A little bit of a shake-up here. We're still, and look at that, we're 1 game ahead of Orlando. So we are in jeopardy of falling into that 9-10 game. You don't want that. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see what happens. Come on, fellas. String a few wins together. Here we go. Anthony Simons, big one off the bench. And we lose to Brooklyn, even though Levine dropped 41. Ugh. Maybe Brooklyn's not the matchup for us. That's a bad one. Losing to Orlando, because they were right behind us in the standings, that's a tough loss. We have an injured player before the matchup against the Grizzlies, a 49-31 Grizzlies. Yowzer. Oh boy. Flick is out. I don't care. Okay, sprained toe for Isaiah Stewart. So let's go back into the depth chart. We got 2 days. I am not going to make the same mistake. I want Miller starting. Because I want, Kai Jones as the starter was taking a lot of shots. So I want to make sure we have a good interior defender. And then let Kai Jones kind of try to feast against the bench. And, this is probably for 1 game, so it's not really a big deal here. All right, this is a big one. We got, I think it's 2 games left here. What's with these emails? Anthony Simons, lights out, love it, great. Go back to the standings because this could be a huge one. All right, we're still sitting in the 8. We are a half game up on Philly. We're a game and a half behind both Brooklyn and Orlando. Doesn't look like we'll catch them. They got 1 game remaining. We've got 2. So we're not catching them. Could we catch them? I guess we'd have to win both. Brooklyn and Orlando would have to lose one of their last game, and we would end up tying. And then who knows what's happening with tiebreakers. But we got to handle our business right now. Going against Memphis. Do I want to go back to 7 seconds here? I think I do. Let's give it a shot. Maybe we can just run Memphis out of the gym. Maybe they're sitting players. Oh, that did not work. Damn it. 8-point loss at home. Ja just couldn't slow him down. Landry Miller 0 for 4. Good lord. Zach LaVine drops 38. Cade has been struggling with his jumper. See, look at even, off the bench, Kai Jones got up 17 jumpers, 1 of 6 from deep. You know what? How has Killian Hayes been playing as a starter? I want to see the turnovers. Holy Jesus, 8. I mean, a young guard, it's going to happen. The assist numbers, not too bad. I mean, we're making the best of it, right? I mean, that's all we can do at this point. So I'm going to sim the next day because we don't have a game here. So we have one final game remaining against the pesky Wizards. Another incident. Isaiah's too. Yo, hey. Big fellas. Take it down a notch. Alright, we're going to have a meeting with them. Can't have them getting crazy. Attitude. Chill out a bit. Thank you, sir. Kai Jones. Oh. Kai, how are you, sir? Discuss your attitude. Alright, you're uptight. Thank you. Okay, fix that now. Guys, we got one game left. Let's get Stewart back in. Restore. Stewart back in. There's our lineup. Strategy. Pace and space. What's on the line here, fellas? Let's check the standings. Where do we sit? So we're still in that 8 spot. So what we're fighting for here, we've got one game left. Philly's got one game left. Not quite sure. Oh, it looks like they might have the tiebreaker. Unless we got the tiebreaker because of head-to-heads. I am not sure. But if we win, assuming that these are sorted by tiebreaker, which I don't think they are, but don't quote me on that. A win here gets us into the 7-8 game. So one game, one win, and we're in the playoffs. A loss here and a Philly win means that we have to win 2 play-in games to officially make the playoffs. Good Lord. Why do we do this to ourselves? And who do we get? We get the Wiz. Game preview. What do we got? They're favoring Washington by 4.5. KCP is out for them. Levine and Bradley Beal look like the top scorers. Bradley Beal's also their top assist guy. You know what? Let's go in. We're going to watch this one. Here we go. Just going to let the AI do its thing. Big game, guys. Come on. Oh my God, they're starting Dennis Smith Jr. There's Clint Johnson, the #1 overall pick. Hopefully Cade can have his way with him, but if we lose to a team that's starting Dennis Smith Jr., we've got serious issues here, guys. All right, so I'm going to crank up the game speed, and we're going to just kind of see this one through. Sorry about that, everybody. Got to shut those sounds off to get kind of crazy. So what I'm saying is, crank up the speed here. We're going to see this one play out. If it gets tight down the end, then we will slow it down. Not quite sure what that button just did. Why do I have to keep clicking? Pause it also. Oh, there we go. Okay, return to game. Here we go. All right, let's play it through. The Wiz got up 4-0 on us, and hopefully playing on the road we can kind of stay in striking distance and let our stars take over. So this is a rock fight, clearly. Shooting 22%. The Wizards shooting 10%. This is ugly basketball. But we know that we are a potent offense, so hopefully we can kind of kick it up We're almost to the end of the first quarter, and neither team has hit 20 points. But here we go. The buckets are starting to fall now. Cade is still scoreless in the game, although Isaiah Stewart has 9. But we can't slow down Bradley Beal. He's got 15 already. If we don't stop Bradley Beal, there's no way we're winning this game. And we are in jeopardy of falling to that 9-10 game. But we even it up. Anthony Simons cooking off the bench with 8 quick ones. Good to see. 31 all early in the second. Both teams got the bench in. A lot of bums playing that probably don't deserve to be in the league, but here we are. These are two allegedly playoff caliber teams that are looking like they're trying to play their way out of the playoffs at this point. Covington and Cade are gassed right now. You know what? I think that might have been something that we haven't really taken a look at this season. Last year we were really concerned with stretching Cade and Isaiah Stewart's minutes because their endurance was so low that they probably just tire out a lot quicker. That's one thing I haven't actually looked at this season, but maybe that's worth taking a look at. But at this point, we've already played out the whole season. We are where we are. As we're coming close to halftime, we have a 5-point lead. Make it 7. Cade's on the board. We've got 5. But here we are at halftime, a 50-46 lead. Let's take a look at the box score. Big Stu, 9 points. Would like to see him hit the glass a little harder here. 15 different lead changes, 7 ties, 7 and 6 are the largest leads. As you can see, we are scoring in the paint, but we're giving up second chance points. Let's look. Simons is playing well off the bench. Kai Jones playing well off the bench. You'd like to see that. Killian Hayes only played 4 minutes in the first half due to foul trouble. He's got 3 fouls. So that meant Rubio has been playing a lot more, which is fine. That's why we brought him in. He's a veteran ball handler. Glad to have him here right now. Cade struggling from the field. Zach LaVine struggling. Oh my, 1 for 9. Can we find some rhythm in the second half? Can we keep Bradley Beal off the free throw line? 17 points in the first half, 11 coming from the stripe. Hey, if we can't stop following, we're going to be in serious trouble here, guys. Let's pick it up. Let's tip it off. Let's do it. Let's get this win. How is Clint Johnson? 3 points, 5 boards, and a steal, the number 1 pick. He's 1 for 7 from the floor. Zach LaVine, 2 of 10. Come on, guys. This is it. We need a win. We need a win. So we've got ourselves a 7-point lead early in the third. Bradley Beal up to 20 points and 6 assists and 3 steals. 4 of 12 from the floor is great, but when we put him on the line all night long, that's a recipe for disaster. Sadiq Bey's got 10. Cade coming on in the second half. He's got 12 and 9 boards. We've now opened up a 7-point lead late in the third. Can we extend the lead going into the fourth quarter? I mean, outside of Bradley Beal, this team has got nothing going for them. So we just got to hold on. Just got to hold on here. Can our bench give us a couple solid minutes without squandering this lead? We're up 8. We're up 10. Make it 8 again. Late in the third, Bradley Beal. How many minutes can he play? It's 0 fouls. There's no jeopardy of fouling out of this game. Up 11 going into the fourth. If this game gets tight, we'll slow it down. But right now, we're up 13. Looks like we're starting to pull away a little bit. Cade's playing well. Simons has been clutch off the bench. Picking up the slack for Zach LaVine, who has struggled today. We're shooting 45% from the floor compared to their 39%. We're up 14. We are looking good to end this season with a win, hopefully securing the 8th seed for the play-in tournament. We're up 18. We're up 19. This looks like we're icing it right now, fellas. A solid second half performance here. Despite Bradley Beal's heroics. Just gonna fall short. Clint Johnson looking to double-double, but on 4 of 13 shooting. 5 minutes left in the regular season. We're up 20. Sit the starters, coach. What are you doing? Get them out. Can't afford any injuries. 4 minutes. We still got starters riding. Come on, man. Get them out. Well, as long as we get out of here without any injuries, we're going to win this game, guaranteeing ourselves a spot in the play-in. Hopefully we grab that 8 seed. We'll see what the tiebreakers look like. But a great second half performance from our Pistons is going to get us out of here with a dub. 17 seconds. Let's go. And that'll do. 112-99, a 13-point win over the favored Washington Wizards. Wow. All right. Oh, Levine came on in the second half as well, although he shot horrendous for the game. Quality win. What do we outscored him by 9 in the second half, but that third quarter, a 7-point win in the third quarter was huge. Great win there, guys. So, hit the standings. What do we got? And we did. We secured the 8 seed. Looks like Philly lost their last game. So we get the Orlando Magic in our opening play-in game. A win gets us the 7 seed, giving us a date with a Central Division foe, Milwaukee Bucks. If we lose, we will play the winner of the Philly-Washington play-in game. And then the winner of that gets to take on the 58-24 Atlanta Hawks, best team in the league. We're going to end it right there. What a thrilling end to the regular season, but now the fun has just begun. See you next time where we try to make our way into the playoffs.